Hey guys, Vanessa here. So I'm about to take you on a tiling journey and show you just how simple this can be. When I first started tiling, I was super intimidated, but I watched a ton of YouTube videos of women making it look so easy, and I thought, I can do that. So I'm here to pay it forward and hopefully do the same for you. So I'm going to show you the basic supplies and tools that you need to do a simple tiling project. So first you need your tile. I recommend to start a ceramic or a porcelain tile because it does not require a wet saw to do basic straight line cuts. So today I am using this tile. I have it in 3 different colors and I'm going to do a cool pattern with it. You also will need some spacers. So these spacers, they come in a variety of sizes, but this creates the gap between your tiles. So you'll later fill that in with grouts. You will also need a notch trowel, which looks like this. Mine's a little bit used, so pardon the mess. But this will create gaps as you're scraping the backside of your tile before you apply it. And then you'll also need your tile adhesive. So today I am using this material called Type 1. You can also get the material that you need to mix and add water, but I like the pre-made material because frankly I'm a little lazy, and this is also way less messy. It's a little more expensive, but you can just scoop it right out of the bucket and apply it to the tile and put it on the wall. And I like things that save time and are very simple and less messy. And then the last thing is a scoring tool. So I'll show you how this is used, but I got this for about 25 bucks on Amazon. And this essentially creates a fine line in your tile, and then you apply pressure and it snaps it right on the line. It's not always perfect, it takes a little bit of practice, but it's a really simple tool to use. And again, no wet saw required, doesn't make a mess, and it's super simple for porcelain or ceramic tiles. To apply the tiles to the wall, scoop out some of the adhesive with your notch trowel and spread it evenly across the entire backside of the tile, making sure to get all of the edges. Once the tile is fully covered in a nice even layer, take the jagged edge of the notch trowel starting at one end and drag it all the way across the length of the tile, leaving grooves in the adhesive. Now your tile is ready for the wall. I'm starting my tile in the center of the wall and working my way out so the pattern is symmetrical. When you push your tiles against the wall, the grooves that you created with your notch trowel will flatten out and create a suction effect to make your tiles stick. Then apply even pressure across the entire tile and use a level to ensure it's even, because walls and doorways are not always level and you don't want a crooked project. Then you just repeat this process using the spacers in between each tile to create even gaps. Now it's time for those cuts. Place your scoring tool on a flat, even surface. I've measured and drawn a line in the back of my tile where I want the cut to be. Then you align your tile on the platform, slowly dragging the arm towards you with downward pressure, creating a deep scratch. Then you lift the handle, use the built-in cushion pad to apply light pressure on the center of the tile, and voila! Unfortunately, as you can see, I kept breaking the tile when I attempted the longer horizontal cuts, so I did have to bust out the wet saw. The wet saw seems intimidating at first, but it's actually quite easy once you get past that scary spinning blade. It's as simple as plug in and just add water. I picked up my small model wet saw on Amazon for about $100. I had to improvise and cut from both sides because my blade wasn't big enough to cut the full 12-inch length, but I made it work. So I busted these out rather quickly, and then I was ready to finish putting these on the wall and complete the tile application step of my project. All right, now that the tile phase is complete, we are moving on to our grout. So for grouting, you need 4 essential tools. First, you need a grout float. This is used to scoop the grout out of the bucket and smooth it into the crevices between the tile. You'll also need a large sponge. You can get this pretty much anywhere. And then we also need our grout. So I'm using a white grout today. You can use any brand. I'm not loyal to anyone in particular. Today I'm using Polyblend, which is a just add water grout. You can also get these pre-mixed, but they're quite a bit more expensive, so I don't mind adding water. I always recommend a non-sanded grout. It just goes on so much smoother and it's less gritty. And then you also need a bucket. I have lined mine with plastic because I'm a little lazy and it's just way more efficient on the cleanup. Then you add your grout, add water, and then I will show you the rest.
Once you've allowed your tile to dry overnight, remove all of the spacers before you begin grouting. You'll want to mix your grout and water so it's the consistency of toothpaste. Scoop a small amount out of the bucket using the grout float, and in big strokes, push the grout into the crevices. Once you've covered a small area, use a damp sponge to wipe off the excess material on the surface of the tile. You don't want the sponge too wet because it will actually remove the grout. Then repeat the step of grout application and wiping down the surface with a sponge throughout your entire project until it's complete.